In this video, I'll show you a remastered version of one of the most used 2x1 bases in all of Rust. My name's Zipic, I'm a Rust builder with over 10,000 hours, and this is how to build my version of the Dugout. Firstly, thanks to Dust for giving me the go-ahead with this video. Go check out his original design if you haven't already. Now, I love this base when I'm playing solo, duo, or trio. It really gives off that open core clan base feel, all whilst remaining cheap and easy to build, especially off of that 2x1 starter. You're gonna love this base and all of its new features, but before I take you on the tour, let me tell you about today's sponsor. The following message is sponsored by Raycon. It's Raycon's anniversary, and the Essential Open Earbuds are 30% off just for you guys. I've loved using these for going on runs and for editing. I'm actually wearing them to edit this video, and they've been amazing. They're sleek, lightweight, and better than your average earbuds. So whether I'm editing, traveling, or in the gym, they fit right in, and not to mention their 8-hour playtime and 36 hours of case battery. These earbuds deliver crystal clear sound, and yet they sit just outside the ear so you can stay tuned in with traffic, friends, or defending your base from a raid, all without losing on sound quality. The best part? Raycon delivers the same premium audio as the big brands, but at half the price. With amazing reviews and a 30-day happiness guaranteed, there's no reason to overpay. I've been using Raycons recently, and I highly recommend you check them out. So click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/ZipicOpen to get 30% off the Essential Open Earbuds. Thanks so much to Raycon for sponsoring, and now back to the build. So getting back into it, I'm gonna walk you through the base, give you a full tour, and show you what's changed. Finally, I'll show you the simple build steps in just a few minutes, and by the end of this video, you'll be well on your way to building this base in your next wipe. Now, while the outside of the base looks almost identical to Dust's original version of the Dugout, the inside is where the core completely changes. I've decided to opt for less garage doors and a simple drop-down path straight through the center of your base, making top-down raids a lot more difficult. This also significantly lowers the cost of HQM that's needed in this base. Up here on the third floor, we have some sneaky lockers or even battery slots in these single doors. And on either side, we have a bedroom with some embrazured windows to the outside, and the opposing bedroom offers an inner peek in case you're raided through doors. And above both sides of the bedrooms, we have a simple jump up to the roof with a few more cheeky peek down angles, and of course, your full roof access. I love the simplicity of these no build out peaks that Dust used with the original, so I decided to keep them in this version as well. They cover every angle of your compound, and they just build off the main base, which means you don't need any external TCs. Now, console players will love this next part because we'll head down to the 2x1 and you'll notice there's no bunker. Just like the original Dugout, this base doesn't need any sort of meta bunkers to increase the raid cost because of its lengthy door path. Simply close up all your doors before you leave and your base will be just as secure. Building this base off a simple 2x1 is very easy, and the build steps I've laid out will make it so anyone can build this base regardless of their hours. If you're still here, drop a comment below with your go-to base design, whether it's a YouTube base or a simple 2x2. It helps me tailor the builds to what you guys actually want to see and gives the video a boost in the algorithm as well. Once you place down all the deployables inside the base, head to the back side and we'll place down these 3 triangle foundations with a square foundation off the end. Then, on the same side as your airlock, you'll place in a triangle jump up just like this. Then over on the front side next to the door, we'll build in 2 more triangle foundations and a square to complete the symmetry. We can then seal ourselves into these triangles, and we're going to create a jump up to the second floor. You can either use furnaces, or if you want, you can use a half-height floor tile as well. And for the sake of saving time in the video, I'll skip to using garage doors right away, but if you don't have them yet, just try to replace them when you get a chance. To seal off the drop-down, standing above your TC, you'll place a door frame on the right, a wall on the left, and lastly, a window frame going into the base. After you set up the drop-down, you can already start honeycombing the base to protect yourself against any early game raids. And in between your honeycomb triangles, remember to place in a new floor tile for roof access. I'm also curious to know how many hours you guys have in Rust. Leave a comment down below. Get your furnaces running, because for the next step we're going to upgrade the entire bottom floor to metal. This includes the outside, and you'll see I'm going to do the inside in just a second. If you have the extra high qual, upgrade all of these walls that have left stone, as well as the 2 roof pieces straight to armored. And here's a few extra upgrades that I highly recommend in the airlock section as well. If you can't afford it, of course metal is fine for now, but as you progress through the wipe, make sure you upgrade these to armored. Back outside, on either side of the jump up to our second floor, we're going to start honeycombing with squares. If you're enjoying the video so far and you think I deserve it, drop me a like, I really appreciate it. Running over to our jump up from the outside, we're going to place in our front door airlock. We'll do a single door on the left with 2 windows on the middle and right side. And don't forget to leave a little gap using a half wall and a low wall on top for a little peek from our bedroom later in the base. To the right of the front door jump up, I like to place in my battery slot, so I'm going to seal off this square honeycomb and place in a single door like this. Once it's finished, it should mirror the other side of the base. Behind us in this honeycomb we'll make some 4-box loop rooms, and I recommend upgrading this all straight to metal if you have the resources. And a lot of people tend to put their ramps facing backwards, so make sure the high end is facing in towards you. Now here's how to place down the boxes for these 2 loop rooms and all the rest of the deployables around the second floor. Once you place down all of those deployables, we can upgrade the entire second floor to metal. You don't need to do any of the honeycombing on the outside, but just make sure everything you can see on the inside is fully upgraded. And that also goes for your jump up to the roof. And once you finish, just double check that you've upgraded the floors underneath the 2 loot rooms to metal. This of course holds up that bottom ramp, so you need to make sure this is also upgraded. Then we're going to build in those bedroom pods you saw in the tour, and we're going to do this starting from the roof. The simplest way to explain building in these pods is to place in a layer of half walls first, follow that up with 2 layers of windows all around, and on the very top, a final layer of half walls. Then just repeat the same steps on the other side. We're now going to honeycomb the 3rd floor with walls, and we're going to exclude all of those square loop rooms we built on the 2nd floor. You may want to use windows in certain spots and embrasures in others. It simply depends on the terrain around your base. Once those bedrooms are done, here's a few small improvements you can do to the third floor in terms of upgrading and deployables. Up here, I like to place a few boxes above the drop-down door, and you can really fit whatever deployables you want in the rest of the room. Up on the roof, you can use one of these middle triangles for a vending machine. And I recommend making a little turret pod on the other side. Let's head down to the outside and we'll build in the final layer of honeycomb. Now we need to make sure all of the foundations have been placed symmetrically around the base to complete the full oval shape of the dugout. So go around and make sure all of these triangle slots have been filled. And once this is complete, we'll walk around the entire base, placing in wall frames building up to your third floor. This will go in any open slot all the way around. If you have the extra metal fragments, I recommend upgrading all of the peak triangles and of course the frame holding it up, but this isn't necessary if you're running low. If you want to modernize the base a little bit, I recommend removing these middle two roof pieces and you can place wall frames running up the two triangles just like this. At this point, we're just about done, but for the final step of the base, we're going to upgrade these loot room squares from the first floor to the second floor entirely to metal. Don't forget to build up and look around to make sure you didn't forget anything like the tops or, for example, in this airlock. With that finished, the exterior of the base is complete. The last thing we need to do is a few armored upgrades near the drop down to the 2x1. And just like that, you finish building my version of the dugout. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.